So Joe Biden held his press conference earlier today, and while it wasn't anything fantastic or outstanding, there were a few moments where Biden showed some real wit and humor, and it mostly revolved around the question of whether or not he's going to run in 2024. And in the process, he roasted Trump and the Republicans.
Then, on a related note, have you decided whether you are going to run for re-election in 2024? You haven't set up a re-election campaign yet, as your predecessor had by this time.
My predecessor needed to. My predecessor. Oh, God, I miss it.
Have you?
No, the answer is yes. My plan is to run for re-election. That's my expectation.
And then,
you also just made some news by saying that you are going to run for re-election.
I said that is my expectation.
So is that a yes, that you are running for re-election?
Look, I don't know where you guys come from, man. I've never been able to travel. I'm a great respecter of fate. I've never been able to plan 3.5 years ahead for certain.
And if you do run, will Vice President Harris be on your ticket?
I would fully expect that to be the case. She's doing a great job. She's a great partner. She's a great partner.
And do you believe you'll be running against former President Trump?
Oh, come on. I don't even think about it. I have no idea. I have no idea whether there'll be a Republican Party. Do you? I know you don't have to answer my question, but I mean, do you?
So you can see there's a couple questions, one from CNN, from another source as well. Basically, are you going to run in 2024? Your predecessor had already started campaigning basically by this point way back in 2016. And Biden is like, oh, I miss my predecessor so much. I deeply miss him, oh, so dearly, which was great sarcasm. And then he makes a great point, which is that, look, we can't plan too far ahead. I'm probably going to run. Harris would be my nominee if I did. But we don't even know if the Republican Party is going to exist in 4 years. And of course, he's having some gentle ribbing there. But I think it's a good point that Biden is right in saying that we don't know what the world is going to be like in 4 years. And two, there are major crises in the Republican Party based largely around his predecessor. The reality is that the Republican Party likely will be around in 4 years, but given that Donald Trump continues to dominate that party, and given that Donald Trump has effectively turned that party even more than in the past into a force against democracy, it's fair to ask, what kind of party will exist in 4 years opposite the Democrats? Will it be a party of principled conservatism? Likely not. Will it be a party that openly hates, openly disdains democracy? Probably yes. And so the reality is, this is a good point. A lot of conservatives are seizing on this press conference. They tried to say his 120-year comment, he was in the Senate 120 years ago, was a sign of senility when it was clearly a joke. I made a video on that earlier. And while, yes, Biden did read from his notes more than, say, previous presidents may have in certain circumstances, they're essentially ripping Joe Biden for being prepared. Look, fundamentally, this was a perfectly normal presidential press conference. A lot of people were hoping that out of this would come the nail in the coffin to Joe Biden, that he would do so badly that he would have to resign. It didn't happen. And so yet again, Republicans have to go back to the drawing board. We on the left have lots to criticize Joe Biden on. Failures around the minimum wage, not canceling student loan debt. So many things Biden could do more from a progressive direction. But if all Republicans have is making fun of press conferences and Dr. Seuss, your party may well disappear by or in 2024.